Let's sous vide and smoke a chuck roast.
Smoking sous vide sommelier-ish, ukulele J.
So to do this dish, you'll need several things. One is a sous vide machine. This is an Innova Pro by Innova. They have an introductory line as well. There are also many other sous vide machines on the market. I also enjoy using the Breville Joule, which is controlled by your cell phone. It does not have any type of touch screen such as the Innova Pro. So if you're just starting out, you want to keep things simple, I recommend you get a circulator that has a touch screen on it or some type of manual control that isn't reliant on your cell phone. But once you get into it, it's really nice to have your cell phone. You can start things remotely. You can have it start cooking while it's heating up and letting you know various alerts, various temperatures throughout the cook. However, to get started, you just need a simple sous vide machine. You also are going to need a bucket, something like this, to hold your water in. This one I got on Amazon for a pretty inexpensive price. What I like about it is it comes with an insulated pad for the top here, and of course insulation that goes around the outside. You don't really need that if you're doing a short sous vide cook, say 4, 6, 8 hours, maybe even 10 hours. When you're doing 24, 36, longer hours, which you could do on sous vide, you definitely want something that's going to hold in that hot water and prevent a lot of evaporation. In the case with this, I get no evaporation, even if I've gone 48 hours. So make sure you have these devices ready to go, and we'll move on to the next step, which is seasoning and sealing our meat. Now this is an absolutely fantastic cut, really beautifully prepared. If you notice here, there's actually some string. So you're not going to want to forget about that at the end. We're going to want to cut that off, but this is a roast, so it actually combined a loose piece together to make it one contiguous roast. Make sure you season your meat liberally. It's okay to go heavy. You're going to lose about 20% of that flavor during the sous vide process. Now that we seasoned up this beautiful crossrib roast, we're going to seal it up and put it in the sous vide for a little sleep. Now when you sous vide, you want to make sure when you put your meat in the bag, you have the bag folded over about 2 inches all the way around. So when you slide the meat in, you do not get any type of seasoning or moisture on that outer edge, because that's what's going to make the perfect seal. And now let's seal our meat. This is what you're looking for, a perfect seal. No moisture, no seasoning in there. We've got a great sealed piece of meat all ready for our sous vide. Now we're going to hook up our circulator. This is nice. It has a twist back. You just turn the knob and it locks onto the container. We're going to go ahead and plug it in. And now we're ready to set it up. Now we can see the water temperature is 61.4 degrees. That we're going to set so the temperature gets to be 129 degrees. We're going to let that go all night. Here you can see 129 is already a preset. We're going to go and set that for 14 hours. This should completely sink to the bottom and should not float. If that's the case, you know you did it right. There it is sitting on the bottom. Now we're going to put our lid on. And after that, we're going to put on our insulated blanket and we'll let it go all night long. So we have our crossrib roast cooled down. We left it in the fridge most of the day. We had to go out and do some errands. We took it out for a couple hours. Now we're going to get it out on the smoker. We're going to smoke it, and we're going to finish with a sear, and you're going to have an absolutely incredible roast. So take out the corner, want to open it up, and have yourself a glass container or other container to put this in. This is what we're going to use to mop our roast on the smoker. Watch this. Look at that. That's all goodness right there. We're going to make a sauce out of this. You do not want to throw this away. One of the biggest mistakes people sous vide do is they open the bag and dump everything out. Don't do it. Now whatever you do, unlike the final part of sous vide where you dry your meat really well before you're going to sear it, don't take that liquid off going in the smoker. That's going to absorb that smoke, and and we're gonna have an incredible flavor on this cross rib roast. Watch as we go out to the smoker. We're gonna fire it up and get this baby going.
Make sure you season your meat again because you're going to lose around 20 to 25% of that flavor during the sous vide process. Not the moisture, but of course, remember that juice that came out? There's a lot of flavor in there. This is going to set up our incredible bark, and I use the Meat Stick X to monitor my temperature.
So now we're out at the smoker. This is my Yoder YS640. This is what I smoke all my foods on when I'm doing pellet cooking, but it'll work the same on charcoal as long as you use the temperatures. Doing 220 degrees on this. Remember, this is fully cooked. So all I want to do now is I want to smoke it, bring it up to temperature, and then I'm going to sear it separately with the Uke Burner 2000. If you haven't seen that, you want to wait to watch this video until I fire that baby up because you've not seen anything like it. Here you go.
During the process, here's where I mop on that incredible juice from the sous vide. We do not throw that out.
Okay, we're at 126 degrees. We're going to take this off because remember, we sous vide this 129 degrees for 14 hours. It's totally cooked all the way through. We wanted to get some smoke on, reheat it, and get it ready to go. We don't want to go to 129. I don't want to blow by it. I want to keep that really, really nice, medium rare, a little bit on the rare side. Let's get this baby out. Take a look. Oh yeah, that is looking so good. Now we're not done because this beauty's got to get a sear. Wait till you see this. We're talking real quick sear, maybe 10-15 seconds. Now while we wait for our steak to rest, I give it around 5 to 10 minutes. This is absolutely incredible. With every piece of meat, you gotta put together a great wine. And on these videos, I'm gonna start pairing wine out of my cellar and wines that I get from other people to try. This one happens to be Mignon. It is absolutely incredible. It's a Pinot Noir. This thing is what they call a fruit bomb. And let me tell you, it is definitely a fruit bomb. Just a slight bit of oak, not much. Huge, huge dark fruit, blackberry, strawberry on the finish. This is absolutely fantastic for a Pinot Noir. A lot of Pinots are very light. This one happens to be what I consider kind of a medium body Pinot. It'll go great with this beef. And we're gonna go ahead and cut up the meat and take a look and see how our sous vide, smoke, and sear turned out. There's that string. You do not want to serve people that. Grain's going this way, so we're gonna cut this way. But I can tell you, if you cut with the grain, probably gonna be just as good, just as tender. Let's give it a shot, cut off a piece here, and see what we're looking at. Oh, I can tell you right now, like butter, check this out. This is like the surprise. Let's open the package. Oh, yes, look at that. Absolutely perfectly medium rare. Edge to edge, you don't see any dark meat intruding in there from the excessive heat. This thing was heated perfectly all the way through and through. This is what it's all about.
Please like and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you get notified for future videos. Thanks for watching.